All right, people, talk to me. What we got? Single shooter, top of the stairwell. All right, let me take a look. Oh yeah, he's right there. He's right there. All right. I got a plan for that, you moron. All right, top of the stairs, right about here. Got him. Howdy folks, you're watching Deucing Guys, and what you just saw was a poorly acted, to the detriment of my drama teacher in school, poorly acted version of a scenario that I've imagined in my mind where I'm trapped on the second story of my house. I have a two-story house. I'm trapped on the second story and there's a home invasion. I only have one staircase in my entire house going to the second story. So could I use the staircase, the stairwell right here that you're looking up, as my kill box? Basically, would I be able to take out everyone I needed to take out with my firearm before they get me, or before, basically protect myself and my family? Would I be able to do that? Would I be safe? Well, after the first couple of shots, they would know about where I was, and top of the staircase. And you can get underneath this section on the first story. It's actually in the doorway leading to my garage over here. So would I be safe? Could they shoot me through the floor, through their ceiling, and through my floor up here? I don't know. So let's go down to the farm and find out. Alrighty folks, we're down at the farm now, and I have my section of floor to shoot. Now I have sectioned off each one in between the floor joist, because I don't want to hit the joist. I want to hit in between the joist to give it the best shot of getting through. Now the construction of the floor, number one is regular drywall. Your ceiling inside your house is going to be drywall for the most part. Most homes are, mine is of course. Now you can see the cross section of the floor here. So we have your drywall, which is going to be on your ceiling. Now I only had some 2x6s to use for my floor joist. Personally, my home has, on the second story, floor joists are 2x10s. 2x6s, depending on the span that you're trying to go from one load bearing wall to another, 2x6s will work and are within code, but mine has to be 2x10s. Now, that's irrelevant to what we're shooting here, what we're doing here, because the empty space in between doesn't matter if it's 10 inches or 6 inches between the drywall and the subfloor, doesn't matter. Now, some of you might be saying, well, what about the insulation? Between the first and second story, I have personally never seen insulation there. Now what could be in here is HVAC ductwork. There could be electrical conduit or electrical wire, depending on what kind of code you have in your area. Could be plumbing, so copper, PVC, PEX piping, anything of that nature. So there could be some things in here that would deflect or stop a bullet, but we're gonna focus on the idea that the shooter happened to get past all that, because most of your floor, between your floor and your ceiling of your second, first floor, most of that's going to be completely empty and open just like this is. And nailed to the bottom of the stud here is my 3/4 inch OSB board, which is my subfloor. And then there is a layer of membrane here. This is basically just tar paper. It's the old school way to do it. It's what I've always done it. And on top of that is 3/4 inch red oak, solid red oak here. This is not laminate. This is straight off the tree. Now you're probably asking yourself, Deuce, how do you know how your floor is built? Because I built it. I put it there. I know exactly what's on my floor. And to stay within code, my floor joists are 16 inch on center. Now put a box in the back there just to simulate someone standing there, so then we'll know that if any splinters go through, if they embed into the box. First of all, 22 as kind of a control. And no, it did not go through. It barely embedded into the subfloor. And because we recently lost Roger Moore, I'm going to shoot a 32. It's not a PPK, it is actually a CZ50, but it's a tiny little carry pistol that is chambered in 32 ACP. Now I'll see if James Bond would have made it through. Oh, ha! The 32 went through. There's a 32, there's a 32, around there. That's a splintering of 3/4 inch oak. And then it went into the box. Okay, well I feel like it's going to be a repeat of the dry laundry where everything made it through except a few things. Here we go, 9mm, 115 grain, full metal jacket. Yep, that looks like it made it through. Okay, well I'm pretty sure I know where this is headed, but got to try it out. Here we go. 40 caliber, Full Metal Jacket as well. Yep, right through like butter. 45 ACP hardball. Yep. Now in this test, I'm going to try a whole bunch of different types of ammunition that normal average Joe people would have on hand. So here we go, is 38 Special. It's plus P, hollow point. I have no idea if that'll make it through or not. So let's find out. Oh yeah, oh, wow. That went through with a vengeance. Now none of these holes are actually being affected by other holes. I am spreading them out enough to where there's no actual overlap in the cracks. Or I can still shoot in this area up here pretty well. And yeah, there's some areas down here I can still shoot too. Okay. Cannot believe this. Now I can guess the outcome, but I'm going to still try, just for science, 357 Magnum. Here we go. Of course it is hollow point as well, because this is stuff that people would carry on a normal daily basis. That looked devastating. It removed half the wood. We've now moved over to the second section, so I'm going to try some double-aught buck. I can see a hole right through it. That had zero chance. That is insane. I mean, yeah, that's embedded a ½ inch, at least a ½ inch, 3/4 inch into cardboard. And for the sake of science, 7.62 by 39 Full Metal Jacket out of an AK-47. Well, actually it's an AMD. Pretty sure I know what's going to happen. Clean shot through and through, as expected. And of course, Full Metal Jacket, 223. Yep. Although it looks like it went through sideways. Interesting. There's the exit hole of 223. If you turn it around, there's the entrance hole that looked just like the bullet that comes out of a 223. So it pretty much turned sideways and hit the poor unsuspecting person sideways, which would have been pretty bad. I forgot one firearm to test, and that is my personal carry weapon. It's a Ruger LCP, of course chambered in .380, and I use hollow points right there. You can see that. So let's see what that does. Oh, the .380 is stopped. The only thing that would not go through here besides a 22 is a .380. Now I wonder what would happen if I hit a floor joist with a AR-15. Whoa, that went through. I cannot believe that. Okay, the 223 went through the floor joist, 2x6 floor joist, plus the subfloor, plus the red oak flooring on top of that, and of course the drywall. Wonder if the AK can do that as well. Did I miss it? No? It went right through as well. Now I'm curious if the 9mm will make it through the 2x6 floor joist. Oh, it diverted down and out the back. It went underneath it. Well, let's try that again. Wow, so 9mm made it through. One more test for James Bond here. 32 ACP, Full Metal Jacket, through a 2x6 floor joist. All right, that stopped it. Okay, this tiny little 32 auto went all the way through the drywall and all the way pretty much 3.5, 4 inches into a 2x6 before it stopped. That's amazing. I had no idea that a 32 auto would go that far into it. Maybe James Bond had a point. The concealed carry powerhouse of its day.
Now, because of today's testing, I found out that my everyday carry option, my Ruger LCP chambered in .380, was the only centerfire pistol round that would not make it through the floor. So now my camera actually shut off due to heat between all the shooting and right now. So while the camera was cooling off in the shade, I actually got my phone out and found a really good deal on a Smith & Wesson Shield chambered in 9mm, and that is on the way. I should be getting that next week. So look forward to that review. I'm hoping that's going to be my new carry option. Well guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go ahead and subscribe. A lot more is on the way. And if you have any comments, questions, or show ideas regarding this or anything else, go ahead and leave that in the comment box below the video. You guys have a great day. See ya.